Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player.
Well, good day, all. Ira Epstein with your financial market update, and this is for Thursday, the 28th of November, 2017, and we're 2:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm putting this out early. I'm going to the eye doctor. I get my exam today, and it happens. I couldn't move it around. It's 3 o'clock. I'm useless after that for 2.5 hours because of what they have to do with the drug that they put in your eye. I'm downtown Chicago. I'm just not going to be able to get back into the office. So we're still open. We'll see where the markets finish. You'll see that afterwards. But let's talk about the day's events. We saw the president, of course, do one of his famous tweets today, which basically uninvited Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to the White House to talk about the extension of the Fed funding to keep the government running. Bye-bye, guys. They're going to talk with Ryan and Mitch McConnell. Okay. The president had nothing to gain by meeting with them. That was what he looked at. He looked at it as a photo opportunity for them, not for him. He had bigger things to score on Capitol Hill, where he's trying to get through his tax bill. Now, he made big concessions today, I think, to Bob Coker, who has been a no, where he said that if certain elements happen within it and it doesn't produce the growth that it's supposed to and the deficit it's creating is larger, maybe taxes roll back. We don't know all the facts, but ever since then, the market has liked what it's heard, and it's been rallying. I don't know if it'll rally through the close or not. What at the same time has happened is all the metals have gotten hit. They all started coming down. The dollar caught a bid from this. If you watch today's Senate Banking Committee, they were drilling Jeremy Powell, our next Fed chair, in my opinion, and he was very, very Yellenish and very Bernanke-like. I mean, he answered all the questions the way that he should. He sounded like a Fed chair. I think he'll be your Fed chair. There's nothing there that I saw to stop it. When you look at the weekly area chart of closes on the S&P, what can I tell you? It's just up and away. For the week now, we're up 23.5 points, new all-time highs. This is where we finished yesterday. Look at today's gains. You're up another 22 points for the day. Today. That's pretty strong. When you look at this chart, you're just breaking out again. It's sort of like a Bitcoin chart. It's just running to the upside. Every day, I'm cracking up on Bitcoin. I can't get away from it because I go onto famous websites. I'm talking business websites, and people are quitting their jobs to become traders in Bitcoin. Yeah, because if you buy, it's been going up. That, too, comes to pass. I just don't know when. I saw one article yesterday as I was going home. Bitcoin will hit $40,000 in the next year. Okay. Looking at this market run, 26.25, powerhouse. The trend clearly up. Higher lows, higher highs. There's nothing to argue. That is a bull trend, and until you take out 25.89, there's no reason to think it can't move higher. What about resistance? Well, one of the tools, and it's not all of them, but one that I use are called Bollinger Bands, and you just pop through it like it didn't exist today. If this decides to stay like that, you look to see where are you with your momentum index. Now, here's what I look for. Both numbers today are over 80, at least at this hour. Yesterday, both were over 80. It's 2 days in a row. The day before, that's not the case. Tomorrow's very important. If you get 3 days in a row, I call it embedded, which means the market has converted itself from being overbought to locking in for another big bull run. Now, you'll say, okay, what does that mean, Ira? You're at all-time highs. It means maybe you ain't seen nothing yet. And that's how you look at it. Santa Claus rally, I just got off Skybiz in Australia. And I did my weekly show there, and I was telling people, you know, think of Santa Claus coming down your chimney. What's going to break this stock market going into the end of the year? Retail sales look better than they have. Admittedly, we get, I don't know if it's tomorrow or Thursday, but we're going to see how the brick and mortar stores are doing. But from what I'm hearing, the traffic is okay, sales are happening, and most of the brick and mortars have websites where they've helped themselves now to sell more product. The Nasdaq tried breaking today. I went to do the TV show an hour ago, roughly now, and to make a long story short, you were making the new lows on the Nasdaq. I come back up and you're up 13 points. So this is definitely in the bull camp, riding the upper Bollinger Band, and guess what? This is the embedded reading. So this is your powerhouse market. No reason to think it's not. This is one of the draggarts, even though it's trying to break out to the upside. The momentum is not both numbers over 80, but it has such a nice tight base here. If it wants to run, it can go with you. It's only 30 stocks, so anything can happen. And the Russell has come alive again. The Russell now has put in an outside day to the upside. So this little bit of a correction that it had didn't last very long. Yes, it's overbought, but it just keeps widening out these Bollinger Bands. That is bullish, my friends, not bearish when you see that. On the VIX, sort of stuck in the water. But every time you get down to a new low, that seems to be what it does. It comes down, it gets stuck a little bit, you get an inevitable rally from there, and then it falls down again. I don't see that pattern changing. The bond market today is overbought, still have the pattern of higher lows and higher highs. The 10-year note market went out and took out the recent highs. So in reality, I have to say that these arrows should now be pointing up, but with the market under 12500, you will have a market that's got the swing line up, momentum down, and actually bias down, and momentum flat as can be right here. A very hard market. I thought it would be easier than it turned out to be. In the dollar index, you got a rally to the 100-day average. Okay, you're still in an overall market that's been thrusting down, but it is oversold, and it rallied back to the first resistance. If you can get something of strength in it, resistance further is the 18-day average at 93.96. The eurocurrency is the flip-flop of the dollar, so it's trying to get down to its 100-day average for its support level. It's got upside bias because it's over the 18-day average. It's overbought. Come back to the dollar, it's oversold. They're just different mirrors of each other. What did the Aussie dollar do? Well, it went back up to that area that continues to have trouble with this 18-day average and can do nothing with it. You have the swing line up. Momentum has stayed down since you're under the 18-day average. And now, actually, that's bias. I said that wrong. And momentum is flat as can be in this market. In the end, if you saw last night at about 7 o'clock Chicago time, I was still around the office, and I was watching the head of the Bank of Japan speak about the monetary policy, and he differs from his critics. He thinks Japan stays the course, stays with an easy monetary policy and the like, and as he spoke, you could see the yen was falling, and it's still dropping. Now, admittedly, this market gets something of a bid whenever a missile goes over Japan from North Korea, because you don't know what the next event is, and you are trying to develop this bullish embedded reading. If we take a look now, both numbers are over 80 today. Both numbers were over 80 yesterday, and both the day before. So, tomorrow, on any form of a break, you look to see, does the red stay over 80? If it does, and tomorrow starts tonight, by the way, with evening trading, then you probably get your buyers in the market into it until the red line gets back under 80, then they bail. In the Brent versus WTI crude, you had a nice bounce from around the 470 level up to the we got up yesterday to as high as 573, and this level, I said it wrong, 491, and these are closing levels, and we're getting a little more of a correction. I think that the trade has taken some premium out as they get ready for this OPEC meeting and they try to figure out what to do. You can see how prices are trying to hug the 18-day average of closes in the Brent. You are overbought. You have a pattern of a lower low and a higher high. You have upside bias since you're over the 18-day average, but you are overbought. And when you come to the WTI crude, you are correcting. You've already begun the other slope. You are correcting an overbought condition in an overall uptrend. Higher lows, higher highs, upside bias. Support back at 56.87, so we'd have to see what happens there. In the Rebob gas, you know the number. Look at how you're just staying either side of this 18-day average. Momentum is flat. The trend is up. probably got to get through tomorrow, actually tonight's API numbers, get an idea of what we're really looking at. And this morning I wrote in my report, if you get my written report, that I thought the market and the nat gas would go up to the 18-day average and run out of momentum today. We'll see if that's the case. It certainly has hit it, and it's under it now, so we'll see if that's the case. But the weather forecasts are for colder weather at this point, so we'll see what goes on. I'm going to be getting rid of December today and moving this chart to the January, so be ready for that tomorrow. I want to remind you, if you're a metals trader, Modern Trader magazine, their current issue is all about one thing: gold, Bitcoin. Like I said, I was out at dinner last night late. I remember I was here to watch Japan, and then from here I went out to a late-night dinner. And interesting as can be, I'm with a friend that had bought Bitcoin literally at the beginning. And yes, he sold like everybody does most of his holdings, but he still has some. You know, he's kicking himself, but he still owns more than a few. And amazing. It's just an amazing story. Where can it go? Why would it go? Well, he's a tech guy. He gave me his reasons. I look at it that when I see people all over the world quitting their jobs to become full-time Bitcoin traders, yes, it's in the news. I was reading stories today about it. You got to start wondering, where are you? To find out more, to find out about crude oil and all this, that's the current issue. Call us. Go to our website. You can sign up to get a 1-year free subscription, a $79 value. You can click up here at any time, or underneath us. You can click, it says on a number of websites, click here for Ira's free offers. Do so. Take advantage of it. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day. I'll see you all tomorrow when my eyes are right. Take care.